Alright, so here's what we got going here today. I figured I'd give a little update on the native garden. As you can see, I haven't really done much other than get those wood chips down. I just heard a couple weeks ago on the approval for the grant that'll cover $250 of the cost of the native garden. I had the soil and water conservation meeting on site last week. And then this week I'm going to go to the nursery, pick up all my native plants that I'm going to be putting in here. It's going to be somewhere around 70 or 80 plants total. So it'll be this front area here along the front of the house, and then extending out along this side about 20 feet back. So we'll be back to about here. I think it goes to about where the solar panel thing there is. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, of course, at this point, but solar stuff goes to about there, if I remember right, about 20 feet. So I get to about there, and then this side, and then along the front as well. So going today to pick up the plants at the nursery. Hopefully we'll be able to get them all today, and it's one shot and done. Otherwise I'll have to find a different nursery or a second time to have to go back and get the remainder of them. But go get those, and then I'll probably take them while they're still in their pots, set them out where I'm thinking they're going to go, and then go from there and plant them, and then contact the soil and water conservation to come back out for final review of the plant project and approval to cut the check for the $250. So that's the process and where we're at on it. So I'll check back in once I get all these plants and place them where they're going to be, and kind of show you what it looks like. And then I'll also give an update on the final project as well once it's all completed. See you guys later. Alright, so here we go. We got back from the nursery. This is actually the next day. But we got most of what we needed for the plants. There was a few of them they were sold out of and won't have until next year. So I'm checking with a couple other nurseries and greenhouses to see if they might have what we're looking for. Otherwise we might just adapt and use what we got to fill in and make the best of it. Or maybe even just plant what we got and leave a couple holes and fill those couple things in next year. So this is all the plants here. Next step will be taking these and getting them put in the ground where I got them more or less laid out here now, and go from there and see if we need to get some extra mulch to go over these once we get them all on the ground. I'll show you guys what it looks like once I get them all on the ground as well. Alright, so I got all these plants planted now, and then I got my rain barrel for this corner. Came the other day. I still got to get the downspout routed over to it, but it's here. So yeah, we got all these guys done. Right, so right along the front here is the wild strawberries. This back here is the geranium, I believe, if I remember right. Not going to remember them all, but here's what we got. The wild strawberries come all the way along the front border here. They're going to be a lot of filler and ground cover as it fills out. There's a couple of plants that I was missing, like the ones that are supposed to be right in front of this window, and then this other window here. Figure I'll just wait on those, get those next spring, and get them put in then. The nurseries were all out of them when I went and bought all my plants, so missing a couple of those. And then there's a couple other ones that I was missing that I think I just am going to do without. I readjusted my spacing on my plants I had and decided that I would just go without a couple of the ones that they didn't have. Just redid my plan a little bit. And so back here we got 3 bushes back there, choke cherries, and then all these great branches that fell down in the storm last night. And then along back here is the marsh milkweed, and then it kind of goes all the way back to here, back to about where the air conditioner is and the electrical panels there. So got all this space here that I did up. So it's looking like now, just a few days after planting. It's pretty fortunate. I planted, and then we had like 2 really good days of rain, so didn't need to worry about watering them those days. So I'll have to make sure to keep on top of it for the next couple months here for the summer while it's really hot still. But that's what it's looking like. Looking pretty sparse and not all that exciting at this point, but next summer at this time I'm sure it'll be filled out a lot more. So there's kind of the big picture on this side, and then I'll get a good wide shot on the other side here as well. So hopefully in the next couple of years it'll all fill out really good and bring all the butterflies and dragonflies and bees and all that to the yard. So the kids will love seeing all those winged creatures and beautiful creatures swarming around our house all the time. So that's kind of the motivation for it. Was for the butterflies and everything for the girls. They figured they'd really enjoy them. So that's what I got. I'll give you guys an update probably next summer with kind of how it fills out after 1 year. So look forward to that later.